Today is about the power of you. You will change the world.
You're listening to the Chronicles of Living podcast.
Do the damn thing.
Where we talk to visionary dreamers like you about living their best life.
Fulfill the highest, truest expression of yourself.
It's time to step into the past, present, and future with an open and healthy mind. Go! Now let's talk.
Greetings, 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 my visionary dreamers. How is everybody doing on Let's Talk Sunday? This is ADionne, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from yourself, from the world, from some real bull shit. And you are listening to Chronicles of Living podcast show, the show for everyday people doing everyday things, living everyday life. You know, it's extraordinary folk over here doing the damn thing the best way we can. And today's topic is step backwards to move forward. Step backwards to move forward, y'all. And I'm like, did I do this title? But I remember writing the title down a while ago, and I know Spirit always puts it on me at the right time to do the right show. So for you newcomers out there, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in to the podcast show. To my visionary dreamers that's been here forever, dropping back in, I love you guys. I love all of you that are supporting the show. This is our show, our community, to share, you know, what we get out of the show with other visionary dreamers. And my goal is to motivate you and to encourage and inspire you to move forward in your dreams and your visions. And if you have to take a step back, know that it's just meant for you to move forward. Okay? So guys, I've had a very, very fulfilling weekend. It kind of reminded, I was telling my cousin, I said, I kind of had a Hot City weekend. And Hot City was my record label way back before social media was out. You know, we had a whole full team doing the damn thing best way we could. And it was fun, you know. And I had a lot of activity going on to this weekend because I started shooting the TV show. ADionne, your dream pusher, guys. Finally, we are about to have the TV show. So, I met up with some people, and in this process of meeting with some people, I went to this mini mall that I had came across about a month and a half ago. And I met this young lady, Kima. Shout outs to you. Thank you, boo-boo. And the mini mall is in Conyers, Georgia, and is located at 1439 Old Salem Road in Conyers, Georgia. It's like a hidden gem for entrepreneurs, I believe. And especially because, you know, I push you visionary dreamers to go out there and just work, you know, start somewhere. And that location is like an indoor flea market, but a little bit, you know, more upscale than a flea market. You can make each booth your own, you know, your own personality, your own style, painted and all of that good stuff. And so y'all got to tune in to the TV show. It's either going to air on the 19th or the 26th of this month. I will keep y'all tuned in. That's all depending on and how fast we get the show edited. Y'all know me. But, and that's a part of taking a step back to move forward. You know, I've been talking about the whole TV show thing since last year because the first network opportunity came about. I looked and it was like last November, and I'm like, wow. But sometimes we have to not jump on every opportunity just because it's there. Sometimes we need to just assess things and know that, you know, when the time is right, it will present itself. You'll feel it in your spirit. Things will flow effortlessly, and you'll meet the right people. And you'll know more the direction that you want to go with it is that you are envisioning. We all have these dreams, these visions, these goals that God placed on our heart and our spirit. Some of us choose to move forward in it, and some of us choose to take a chance on ourselves, and some of us choose to be spectators and watch everybody else move on their dreams and their visions out of fear, you know? And y'all know, if you've been following the podcast show, I talk about that a lot, on how fear is false evidence appearing real, and that you don't know what you don't know until you know. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to just move forward and just figure it out, you know, and just see if the thing is the thing for you. You know, how will you know if a certain vision or dream is for you? Or maybe sometimes God can give you visions and dreams that's there for someone else, you know, and that's a part of when I say to step back to move forward. Sometimes you can find yourself walking into your dream or your vision or your goal and walking towards it. And you think, okay, this is it. This is it. And then things just start to unravel on you, and you just don't know why. You just can't figure out why things are not flowing the way you want it to flow. Like, half of it could be flowing right, and the other half could be like questionable. You get what I'm saying? And then sometimes if you're not strong enough, you know, as far as your confidence and your belief in self, you can lose. You know, you can become discouraged and just give up altogether, instead of just taking that step back and reassessing, because we can have a certain mission all planned out, you know, and then, like I said, things can unravel a certain way and you just give up because you think it's not for you. But all in all, sometimes that's God just speaking to you and saying, you know what? No, I need you to take a step back. Observe what you're doing. Observe how much sense does it make. Sense in common sense and sense in money sense. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes we can step into an opportunity, and at that moment it makes sense. But then another opportunity presents itself and it just makes better sense. And then you can get caught in between of, okay, but I invested my time, my money, and everything into this first opportunity, and I don't want to lose out on what I already invested. You get what I'm saying? That's not just with entrepreneurship. That's with life. A lot of times we can invest time within life, whether it's our job. And y'all know I try to keep it broad because I know people are listening from all over and from different backgrounds, and, you know, you're involved in different things. So I work hard at touching on different things because I don't know what you are facing, what's going through your mind. So I always work at giving you another angle to look at things. So I say, you know, you invest time in your job, you invest time in, you know, your relationship, you invest time in your career, your entrepreneurship, you dump all this money or whatever it is that you're dumping, your time, your money, whatever, you know, your affection, your love, whatever it is that you felt that you dumped into, and I don't want to use the word dump, that sounds so, but you put into a certain thing, place, person. You get what I'm saying? And you look at it and you be like, wow, I just invested like 15 years or, you know, 20 years into this. I need to see this thing through. It's going to get better. But, you know, all in all, you know, every year, every day, every month, it hasn't been getting better. As a matter of fact, it might be getting worse. You know, that's a part of you believing in yourself and you knowing that, you know what, there is better. I don't have to keep on working at this certain thing that's just not benefiting me or benefiting my goals, my visions, or my dreams the way I had in my vision. You get what I'm saying? That's all a part of letting go of pride and ego as well. Yes, we do need to have pride and ego to have confidence, but there are certain gray areas of the whole pride and ego that we need to know and we need to assess about ourselves and know when it's too much of that's holding us back. You get what I'm saying? So I'm lining this up to talk about, like, I took 2 months off. If you've been following the show, I took 2 months off before I came back on. I think this is my fourth episode since I took the 2 months off. And when I first came back, you know, I was talking about letting go to gain everything. And I shared with you guys how, you know, in between that time, I was moving and I was, I had got this office and everything like that. But this is a part of an example of stepping backwards to move forward. I got the office, I was excited and all of this and stuff like that. And then when I got in here, I came across another opportunity that was better for me, not just financially, but also common sense wise, meaning like the mini mall, So I'm looking forward to moving my office to the mini mall, because it's a cheaper situation for me as an entrepreneur. And also it allows traffic to come from so many different angles because there are other entrepreneurs, other venues, vendors within the place. So it's like we can swap clients, customers, tell each other about each other's business and things of that nature. So it's kind of like where I'm just promoting myself from the office. And I'm in an office that's, yes, it's very upscale, it's beautiful and all of that. But outside the door, nobody even knows who is in what office and who's doing what. You get what I'm saying? I talked to another person that has an office in here, and we chatting, and I'm going to bring her on the show. She's a financial person. And that's what we were discussing as far as, it's so restricted when it comes to promotion. You get what I'm saying? So it's like you're losing money. You're spending money, but you're losing money. So this is what I'm saying about you have to be willing to step back and, like my show said, let go to gain everything. You can't look at life as your investments as a loss. You always have to look at life as anything that you invest in, again, as I say, time or money, attention, affection, love, whatever, as stepping stones, learning tools to get you where you need to be, to get you further in life, because everything in life is about learning. Everything in life is about helping us to grow into the best version of ourselves. That is what life is about. I mean, think about it. If life was just a straight line, we'll all be like robots. Everybody just would know what to do at what time. There would be no mistakes. There would be no problem solving. There would be no growth because everything will be perfect for everyone at every time. How can you grow from that? How can you learn your strength? How can you learn, how to think outside the box? How can you learn, your character, your attitude? And how to mold, your attitude for certain situations, for certain groups of people, you get what I'm saying? All of these things come in effect when we're taking those steps backwards to move forward. When we're taking those, those milestones and we look back at our lives last month, last year, 10 years ago, and we can start to see the growth. If we take a moment right now, I guarantee you, if after this show, you sat down with yourself and you really started writing down year to year, from this year to 10 years ago, and you started writing down like the different turning points in your life, the different things that you did and how you progressed, or maybe how you fell backwards and you kept falling backwards. Sometimes that's the case, Like I said, I was falling backwards like year after year, but that falling backwards, again, is not, if you have an open mind and if you are working towards the greater good, if you are working with a pure heart to be the best version of yourself, sometimes when you keep getting knocked down, that is you growing. That is you learning about yourself. That is you learning about your strength and your character. You get what I'm saying? That is you in this whole, I saw a caterpillar today. That's you in this whole caterpillar, mode, waiting to grow into this beautiful butterfly. Y'all know I use that a lot. That's a painful, if you really watch a video on how the butterfly starts off, it looks very painful. But then it looks painful as they're going through, but then what you see is the finished result of this beautiful butterfly flying around. And that's the mentality that we have to have anytime we need to assess our lives and say, okay, what makes better sense right now, where I'm at right now, and certain opportunities are facing me. What makes better sense for me? You get what I'm saying? And when you assess that, you have to look at, again, where are you? Where are you with your confidence within you? A perfect example. Right now, how I'm assessing my situation is because now I put the TV show in my whole, I'm finally going forward with this TV show. It's going to cost. It's going to cost for me to get it where I need to get it. It's going to cost for me to advertise it. It's going to cost, even paying, the network and things of that nature. So it's like, okay, do I continue to be in this luxurious office, or do I move into another space that will allow me to take that money and to invest in the TV show and to get it where I want it to go? You get what I'm saying? Or now I'm faced with, okay, I'm looking at, I have a truck. I have a car note on my truck. My son just bought a car. He don't really drive much. It's just paid in full, And I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. Now, I can save some more money if we share his car just for a little bit, maybe a couple months, and then I could save up some money and just buy a car straight right out. I was telling my son, I was like, I don't even remember the last time I just didn't have a car note. I think he might have been when I first moved to Georgia, 6, because I was traveling so much. I wanted to make sure that I had a newer car so that I won't have issues, And now I'm in a position where, I can gain the money to get a nice car if I just save up for a few months and I let go of my truck, let go of the luxurious office. Right there, bam, I'm saving a nice amount of money. I added, I think, about $1,200 a month. I can save up and get another car. These are the things that we have to be willing to do. You know what I mean? We can't look at, okay, I love my truck. You know what I'm saying? It's a nice truck, My car, my son's car, it's a nice little Honda Civic. But in somebody's eyes that's looking at, they want to floss, or they want to, They want to be seen in a nice vehicle or whatever like that. And that's what identifies them. They wouldn't be willing to give up that car, that truck or whatever like that they know they're paying, a car note on and extra insurance on, to step down, to step back and drive something that's of, lesser value in other people's eyes. To me, I done had so many doggone cars that long as that thing drive and get me to point A to point B, I'm good. You know what I mean? I've experienced a lot of different vehicles. So to me, it doesn't make me. And these are the things that we have to be willing to say to ourselves, okay, I'm going to step back for a minute. What can I give up? What can I let go so that I can free up some income to invest more in my dreams and my goals and my visions, so that I can really move forward into the life that I really want, and pursuing the passion that has always been in me. You get what I'm saying? That takes a lot of strength within us, a lot of confidence, a lot of self-love, and knowing who we are. I talk a lot on the show about so many people identify their worth with materialistic things. So many people identify their worth with how much money they have, the title, the status, and all of this stuff. When in reality, if you're stripped of any of that without your doing, without you making a decision, where are you then? Who are you then? You get what I'm saying? We have to know who we are so that we can get to the place that God has for us. The place of our true dreams, visions, goals, where, the abundance lies. That's the test. That's the real test in life, is us being willing to let go and gain everything. Y'all got to go back and listen to that show. Let go and gain everything. Take a step back to move forward. You get what I'm saying, guys? This is what it's all about in life. So many of us are not like everybody I met this weekend. I'm not going to say everybody, but a lot of the people that I interviewed this weekend, they weren't even from Georgia. They were from other states just like me, and they moved to Georgia. We didn't get all into, I kind of did some behind the scenes talking and whatever. Maybe we'll do some behind the scenes footage for the TV show and things of that nature. But like the young lady, Kima, the manager for the mini mall, she's from New York, but moved here. And then some of the other guests was from Jersey and North Carolina and all of these different places. And they moved to Georgia because what? They decided that maybe a move to another state is better for whatever their dreams or their goals or their visions are. A lot of us are not willing to do that. A lot of us are not. We always talk about the whole comfort zone thing. We know as an entrepreneur, just learning new things in itself is a comfort zone. For some people are scared to learn new things, and I was sharing with, Kima that when I come into space, I'm definitely going to give some entrepreneur branding classes. And because I believe, some people was asking me like, can I do the work for them in the business cards and all this? And I just came to a point where, yes, I do the life purpose coaching and things of that nature. And I've done websites and branding for, so many different clients. But what I found is that, I do the work, they pay the money. And yes, the money was good when they paid it. But I wasn't satisfied because I felt like after 3 months, a lot of people just wouldn't even pay their doggone server bill. Like $20 a month. Like, really? Seriously? You just not going to pay your server bill so your website can stay up after I done slaved over that website and building it? You know what I mean? And at that point, I realized that, you know what? I would rather empower people. I would rather empower people to know that they have the capability, just as I do, to build their own brand, to learn the things that I learned. I'm no different. Like I said on one of my shows before, I have the same skeletons. I bleed the same. I sneeze the same. I cough. It might be a different tone, but you know what I'm saying. All it is, the difference is that I was willing to be disciplined. I was willing to invest time within me to learn the things that I needed to learn for my business, to learn the things I needed to learn because of the fact that when you're an entrepreneur, again, everything has to make money sense. You have to, see how you can save money in the best way so that you can have more to invest in your business so that it can grow. So I had to make up the decision like, okay, I know I need a website. So many years ago, I started building websites, 2009. And I wanted a website. And at that time, I'm single mom, no child support, none of that stuff. And I'm doing everything by myself. So there went my journey to start learning how to build websites. Like when I had my record label way back in 98, 99, I had a team. I had a team of people that was doing different things. But back in 2009, I didn't have that team. I wasn't doing the music thing and things of that nature. So I needed to invest in myself. And as entrepreneurs, and you have these big old dreams, you have to know that at some point you have to invest in yourself in learning new things and not being scared. I tell people, I'm not saying that you need to learn everything so that you could do everything. No, that's not it. You need to learn the basics of everything so that when you get to the point that you can hire people for those positions, you know what quality is. Just because somebody say they build websites don't mean they can build a good website. Just because somebody say they can make your logo or your business cards don't mean they going to do a good job. And now you done in this whack. You get what I'm saying? Now you like, dang, I done paid them for this website, this logo, it's whack. That was all I had. And now I got to save up some more money to pay somebody else. When if you take the time to learn the basics of what a good logo, a good quality logo is for your business, how to brand yourself, what type of colors to pick for your specific business, and how your name, your name and things of that nature. You get what I'm saying? You learn the basics so that you do the basic, and then as you grow, you can pay for the advance. That's what entrepreneurship is all about. You know, like people just like, okay, what is it that you don't do? And I'm not like, when I come on here, trust me and believe me, it's not, when I say certain things, I'm not bragging or nothing like that. I'm here to aspire you to know that because I'm able to do these things, you are capable too. This stuff wasn't overnight. I didn't learn these things overnight. I learned it year to year to year because I was disciplined, because I held myself back from, you know, partying so much. And so from, you know, I balanced my life out. And I invested more time in me and what I was doing and my son. And then I made sure, okay, yes, I'm going to go out and have fun with my homegirls or whatever like that. But it's a time for that. I want to get what I need to get off the ground. You know what I'm saying? I don't live a boring life. I've done so much when I was young. It's like, come on, like my son tells me all the time, and he's young. He's only 22. And I'm like, go on, you get out there and go with your friends. He's like, Mom, I just got out of college. Trust me and believe me, I have done a lot of partying in these last 4 years. I'm like, boy, 4 years, that ain't nothing. But that's how he feels right now. And he was like, I just want to focus on my book and get my book out there because he's working. If you know, you knew my son is a book author, and this is his third book that he's writing. When he was 15, we published the first one. 17, we published the second one, and then we put a halt on it because he went into college. And so now, graduating and coming out of college, he decided that he wanted to work on a novel, a standalone novel. And so with that, we had made a whole plan. I'm like, okay, yeah, work on this novel and you got a certain time. And then after that, you know, you go ahead and go find yourself a job because we ain't wasting that degree, you know. But nevertheless, he's 22 years old. At 22 years old, I was out, partying, doing all kinds of stuff. But I know, because he grew up with me. And he saw my discipline that I constantly displayed to him when I wanted to get a certain thing done and accomplish a certain thing. It's like embedded in him to know that in order for you to accomplish a certain thing to completion, you have to make up in your mind you're going to be disciplined. And you're going to work at it from day to day. And you're going to learn how to balance your life out. Now, his pleasure is gaming, you know. So he set his schedule throughout the week. He made a number, I'm going to write 8 pages a day. He looked at the time it's going to take him to finish that 8 pages, like to be thorough with it and not rush it and make sure it's thoughtful. And then later on, he play his little game or whatever like that, you know, but he getting it done. He's getting it done. So as adults, that's a 22-year-old. As adults, we have to make up in our mind that whatever dream or vision or goal that we have, that we're going to balance out our lives. And we're going to look at what we're investing in. Let's say that. We're going to look at what we're investing in, who we're investing in, and what we're investing in. You get what I'm saying? And then we're going to map that out and ask ourselves and be honest with ourselves. What does this thing, this person, this place, this habit, how is it adding to my dreams, my visions, and my goals? Or what is it taking away from it? You hear what I'm saying? That's all a part of stepping back. Stepping back for a minute. Being observant. Looking. Assessing. Being honest with yourself. It's only you. It's you and you in the room. You hear what I'm saying? So if you can't assess yourself and be honest with yourself, come on, you can't get mad if your dreams or your visions or your goals don't come to pass. And it's not going to happen overnight. You got to be willing to invest that time in. You got to be willing to, every time that time comes that you really need to step back, that you don't fight it. You just go with the flow. Go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? So I know it's like, what is it? Okay, coming up on 30 minutes. I just wanted to come on here and let y'all know that. And I will, once I move in, I'm looking to move in that new place next week. But once I do, I will definitely give y'all the information, and whoever's in Georgia, I'll let y'all know what I'm doing there, and you'll come through. But I definitely will share the TV show with y'all once I talk to them and see what date is going to be, the 19th or the 26th of September, that the first airing is going to come on. And that's another thing, like, far as stepping back to move forward, like back in the day, I had a full team, to help me out. Now it's just me and my son. Thank God he has a degree in what, somewhat what I'm doing, that computer science degree. So he's technical, so I had the equipment. I'm like, come on, son, I need you to be my cameraman for the first couple episodes. He did check me today. He was like, Mom, I'm only going to do a couple episodes for you. Okay. You're going to have to get an intern. I was like, dang, son, we make a good team. But I look at it like, I don't want him to lose sight of his visions and his goals and get so, into minds or whatever like that. I'm good with that because he's young. And he has his whole, he has his life laid out for him. So I help him out with his book stuff and everything like that. And he always helps me out. And he's helping me out with my social media. So I'm not going to pour too much on him, But again, you got to work with what you got. You can't wait for you to gain this big old crew to help you with what it is that you want to do. You got to start somewhere. Guys, you got to start somewhere. And just know as you're starting, everything will start falling into place little by little. That's what happens. That's how God does it. You got to take the step, and then God will help you take a step. And that's how it goes. I'm going to share one more thing. I needed to go back to the mini mall today for some information, for the guests and things of that nature. And in the process of that, I didn't have my business cards. I had ordered them. They were supposed to come last week. So when I did the show yesterday, when I was taping the show yesterday, I had no cards to give out, I'm coming out my driveway, and this is what I'm saying about when you step forward, and you believe and you just working with what you have. I didn't, not go to film because I didn't have business cards. You get what I'm saying? Some people will use just something that small to not do a thing, I was coming out my driveway, and as I was coming out my driveway, I see the mail truck, and I'm like, this is Sunday. They deliver on Sundays? I didn't even realize they deliver on Sundays. And as I'm coming out my driveway is big enough for 2 cars to come in, right? Here's the lady coming up, the mail lady with this big box, right? And I see her going to my driveway, and I'm like, who is that for? I totally forgot. Because I was expecting my business cards to come next Thursday because that's what the tracking said, right? How about she coming up with my business cards before I go back to the mini mall? I'm like, wow. On a Sunday, God just gives you that whole, like, God will show you, I'm paying attention. I got you. And to some, that might be a small thing, but I look at that as big because I look at it like, okay, first of all, it's a Sunday. Secondly, how likely was it for her to be coming to give me the business cards as I was going to the mini mall in which I wanted my business cards yesterday? You get what I'm saying? So now I wind up being able to give the manager, Kima, a bunch of business cards until I come there. That's how it works, guys. We got to take a step back, to move forward. And know when we're moving forward that God got us. The universe has us. Trust and believe. When you don't see the clarity of things, as long as you move the way you believe you need to move, the detours will come. The readjustments will come as long as you're open to them. And that's what it is. Be open, guys. I'm going to leave y'all with that. Be open to step back to move forward in everything, every area of your life. When things is like, it's not going exactly the way you want it to go. It could be going good, but in your heart, it could be going better. or if things is just like totally going left field for you, don't be afraid to step back, assess your life, assess yourself, assess your actions, assess your attitude towards what you're doing. You hear what I'm saying? Assess your thought process, your mentality. You know? How do you feel? Your emotions. All of those things, you need to sit with yourself, breathe in, breathe out. Take a few deep breaths, write it down, make it plain. If it's a new direction, if you got to readjust things, write it down. Y'all know I'm on that writing stuff down. And that's how you can see clearly the way to move forward. What makes sense, common sense, and what makes money sense. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. Thank you guys and I didn't say thank you at the shit. Yes, I did. Okay, but thank you again. Thank you for tuning in. Thank y'all for just being here. I just feel y'all energy. I just pray every time that whatever message that Spirit brings through me to you, to your ears, that it is something that is going to inspire you to move forward, that is going to inspire you to know that you are enough, to know that you can do the damn thing. It's just all on you. You got to believe in you. Nobody can believe in you more than you can believe in you. That's a fact. Nobody can believe in your dream more than you can believe in your dream. Because why? Because God gave you that dream. Not man, not woman, but God put that dream on your heart, your spirit, your soul, your mind, however, you know. So remember, guys, take a step back, take a couple deep breaths. If stuff is not flowing the way you want it to flow, be serious, be honest with yourself, and then make the necessary steps to move forward. Okay? That's what it's all about, guys. So until next Sunday, thank you guys. Thank you, my visionary dreamers. I love you guys so, so much. Don't forget to go invest in yourself and purchase Visionary Dreamer 90-Day Journal and Transform Your Life, Discover Your Purpose, available on Amazon and Barnes & Nobles. Just type in April ADionne Williams, ADionne, and the book should come up, okay? I appreciate everybody that's been supporting the books. Definitely continue to email me. Let me know how it's helped you out. And share. Sharing is caring, guys. Share the show. Hit me up. Stay connected, okay? And until next Sunday, I see you guys. I love y'all so much. This is ADionne, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from yourself, from the world, from some real bullshit. And you are listening to Chronicles of Living podcast show, the show for everyday people doing everyday things, living everyday life. Extraordinary folk here doing a damn thing the best way we can. I love you guys. Peace.
The Chronicles of Living.
We can be whatever we dream.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Chronicles of Living podcast, where you find only the highest vibrations. Remember, you are extraordinary. And if you're pursuing your dreams, we're proud of you. Because the best part of life is when you decide to live.
Something better is always possible if you're willing to work for it and fight for it.
Stay updated with ADionne by visiting chroniclesofliving.com or stay connected through social media by following @Chronicles of Living. Until next time, your dream pusher, ADionne.